Overdosing on emotions that I can't explain. Dancing in and out of frame, like sedatives and Novocaine. The light it comes and never fades. In the darkness where the shadows fill an empty space. When memories illuminate, close to you and everything. To feel alive, awake inside. Let it wash over now. Wash over now. I'm free, I'm right today. I'll never calm down. Calm down. flame, dancing in and out of frame. Saturdays and all the game. The light it comes and never fades. In the darkness where the shadows fill an empty space. All memories illuminate. Ghosts of you and everything. To feel alive, awake inside. Let it wash over now. Wash over now. Free my mind to paradise. I'm never coming back. Coming back. Oh, to lift me up. Hanging on the edge of the world. Put all my faith in your love, your love, your love. But it's never enough. Oh, to lift me up. Hanging on the edge of the world. Put all my faith in your love, your love, your love. But it's never enough. Oh, to lift me up, 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 me up,
What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. All right. All right, so let's get into it today. Got a lot to look at. Hope y'all are feeling amazing. Let me just talk to y'all super quick. Grateful for you guys. Nothing too much I want to add today. I just know we're gonna crush it today. It's Tuesday. Let's eat. I'm fasted right now, so I'm trying to eat like ASAP. It's been like 40 something hours. So let's dive into it, y'all. We're gonna go over indices as usual, going over some metals, go over some majors, take a little glimpse at what's going on with Bitcoin, crypto, a little bit today. But more than anything, guys, remember before you trade today, just recall your confirmations. Remember that the market can't entice you into this, okay? Like, you're in control. You are. You choose. All right, remember, whether the first trade you take is a win, a loss, break even, that one trade is the one trade. Doesn't have to leak into the next one. Okay, whatever happened yesterday, don't even worry about it. If it went well, great. You can do it again. So let's see what's happening here in the markets. In the meantime, you guys also let me know what you're looking at in the chart right now. Let me know where you're coming from, and yeah, let's dive into it. So, Dow Jones, good old Dow Jones, just been ripping, no chill. So there's a couple things I want to talk about with indices right now. This trade went really well from yesterday. Man, I wanted to shake out here. I wanted to go a little bit lower before we buy, but we just couldn't get the market to trade low enough to get a decent entry with a good risk reward. At least I didn't. So nothing really I'm looking for. Shakeout is over. That's passed. But there is a nice trade that I want to talk about now. So I'll leave that there. This did its thing. And so yesterday, I'm sure you guys remember while we were live, we had this nice spike down. This is like a little bit after New York open. We had a really clean push to the downside. Right after we take out liquidity, we take out another batch of liquidity from London session, trading right around into London Open. And then from here, we just start ripping. So I actually really like this zone for buys. There's this imbalance that can get filled, possibility that the market might want to bounce out of this imbalance, and we don't quite get down to here, so that's possible. I personally wouldn't just take an entry right here. Maybe we get another, we might need to get something else out of here, so like maybe we build up some liquidity, come into here, and then we switch things up. Okay, that might be a trade, maybe. But the main idea that I like is a buy over here. So I am definitely open to buy positions around here. I'm leaning more towards buys kind of out of this order block right here. It's the last push down. And the risk reward is definitely there. So we can definitely get a good at least 3R, if not even higher from here. So yeah, I think I'd like to see that, especially if we dump pretty quickly, like off the open. Then I do like this setup. Let me quickly just double check. So look at the difference between MYM and YM here. YM actually takes out these highs, and the mini contract, so YM, is more precise. This is going to give you a more accurate representation. So this does clear the highs by very little, but it does in fact take them out by a small margin right here. So we get just a couple ticks above it. And this here was around like 6 a.m. Central. So you see volume kick in here, the market pumps, and then quickly loses steam. So could we see a sell right here? Well, we can also look at S&P. S&P pumps up and drops as well, and NQ does something very similar. So these are all moving very similarly, price action. These are correlated, so these always move pretty similarly. Now the question is, well, which one makes the most sense to sell, if any at all? If any at all. So do we get a 5-minute break of structure? So we have the higher highs, higher lows. We do trade above here for a bit before we just kind of lose momentum pretty often. So if you're looking at this move, the 5-minute is still bullish. And then the only thing that's really changed here is the 1-minute time frame. Right, the 1-minute time frame, we start to go bullish. You know, we break above, we break this low, and we've been trading below the previous 1-minute low for the last 2 hours or so. So could we get sells out of here? Sure, I could see it. Are we going against the momentum of the market right now? For sure. That's why I like the buy here a bit better. So I like this buy. Now, outside of this smaller time frame, is there incentive for price to go higher immediately? So this is pretty efficient. We fill this in balance. So, okay, this range is pretty solid. Its pullbacks are good. So this might be time for this to kind of turn back around before it makes another leg up. So I think that's great. La apertura no cambia, solo que las horas en Estados Unidos cambia. Pero sí estamos en... La apertura están en 2 minutos. So yeah, New York Open, guys, is in a minute and 90 seconds. For those of you that are in different parts of the world, you know, time zones changed here in the U.S. Okay, so anyways, point being, we do have a decent pullback here on YM. It's at a 38.2 pullback. S&P is a little bit tighter here at a 50%, and then NQ is right over here. So 50% pullbacks on NQ, S&P, while Dow is at a 38.2. So if you are convinced enough on this short, then it is looking like Dow Jones is the better one to sell. I prefer a sell around here where we've seen resistance before, and in this imbalance. I'm not going to risk a full R trade here since really only the 1 minute has been going in this direction, has been bearish. Everything else is not. So I'm okay with this trade here. And if it runs, I mean, it's a really good risk reward just trading into this structure. So even trading at 6.5 R, risking half of what I typically risk. Yeah, that's totally cool. So let's see. All right, so I am gonna have to trade this with micros. And then the trade I'm looking for is right around here. Okay. All right, so I'm cool with that. A little bit over, about $279 risk per account here. And then have that set up here, so that is set in stone. Still a great trade if it does trigger. We're seeing S&P pump a little bit higher first, and Q already getting into the zone. So honestly, what would be fantastic is if we get above these London highs over here for NQ. So if we trade above this over here, let's say we clear that, and then that puts Dow into position. That would be fantastic. So this, I'm trading with half of what I normally risk. Now the setup that I like for a full risk trade is the one down here. So this one I'm more interested in. I prefer like a full risk trade from this zone. So let's see if we get there. That's indices for you. And then NQ pushing. So yeah, I mean right now, as of right now, it makes the most sense for Dow to kind of slowly get to that area. And then yeah, what would be the chef's kiss would be NASDAQ taking out the highs. So some of you might be waiting and you go, you know what, I'm just gonna wait to see NQ take out the highs, and only then will I pull the trigger on Dow, and I totally understand that as well. On my data feed, the highs did not get taken out. Okay, yeah, so look at YM. I mean, there's only one data feed to YM, so I don't really know what you're looking at. If you're looking at CFDs, maybe that's a difference, but yeah, I mean, Dow only has the CBOT data feed. That's kind of the nice things about futures, is like you only deal with, like, there's no like all these different brokers and everyone decides how they want to price the market. None of that. It's all just plain and simple the same thing. Yeah, so that might be the case. That might be why. Happy birthday to, who is that? Dame Don. Happy birthday, man. Wishing you an abundance and all the health in the world, man. What's up, Seth? What's up, Vaughn? Brandon, Joe, Jose Luis Alberto Oliveira, Patrick, Daniel, buenos días, ¿cómo estás, bro? Cesar, what up, Jay? What's good, my boy? Maury, what's up, Nick? Kevin, Steph, buenos días. Morning, Evan, Harshi, Luis, Gabriel, Jocelyn, Karen. Coffees and tacos today, Greg. It's gonna be a good one. Morning, chicos, horario no estás. Sí, ya cambió, Kevin. All right, happy birthday, man. Who else we got here? Kai, what's up, man? DeAndre, hey, let's go crazy for DeAndre in here. Let's go crazy for DeAndre. Just got a payout yesterday. My brother I am extremely proud of just your growth, man, as a trader. Like super stoked for you. I know you've been busting your ass for a super long time, and especially since you joined the syndicate in end of November, you just dialed in, man. You were super committed, and it's been awesome to see, bro. So congratulations. I know this is just the first. So keep dialing in on that plan. Keep hopping on these sessions. Keep getting feedback. Keep getting better. Good stuff, guys. Okay. So from here, tacos on DeAndre. Yeah, right. I love it. Let's go. Evan, he's like, that's my accountability partner. We love to see it. Okay, so while Dow here continues to work its way higher and higher, here we go. I want to set some alerts. So especially when NQ starts to take out this high, I want to see when NQ takes out this high, that spike. And then I do want to be ready for YM getting closer. So if that's the case, I want to be ready for that. Okay. Also, just a quick thing. I don't know if you guys saw this, but you can now manually lock yourself out of your account. I don't do this, but I don't know, maybe some of you want to. On Tradetopia. So for those of you that have Tradetopia or TradingView, and you are like, you know what, I don't even want to have a temptation, I'm just going to lock myself out, then you can do that now on Tradetopia. So they had that option, I think maybe end of last week. Okay, so while indices do their thing, let's go take a quick look at, well, you guys can let me know what you want me to look at, but while you guys put that in the chat, one last reminder real quick before I forget. Guys, I am going to do a giveaway here in about 25 minutes. And I'm going to give away a trading account. It's going to be a Tradify account, a 50K select Tradify account. And then I'm literally just going to give you the code. So you just get access to it. But I did drop a new video here a few days ago. Maybe, I don't know if it was Friday or Saturday or something. But this right here, this is definitely catered more toward people who are looking to understand themselves as a trader and like, okay, what assets, what speed, what risk, what sessions did you trade? So drop a comment here, something you learned, something you enjoyed, or just whatever you want, comment in there. And then I'll choose one person from the comments in here that will be winning. So just so you guys know, that'll be in about 25 minutes or so. So I'm going to drop the link to that video here, and then just drop a comment right there. Con esa liquidez arriba es viable vender, tal vez la tome y ahí sí baje. Entonces, mira, estoy viendo YM. YM sí sacó aquí la liquidez. Entonces, este es el contrato mini, que es el que tiene más capital. Con YM sí saca aquí los altos. So, yeah, just in case you guys maybe hopped on at the wrong time, YM did clear this. So I do prefer Dow for the sells because of YM specifically. Okay, so let's look at metals, and then we'll come back to this. Metals have been ripping, as they have been. These are just on an absolute mission. And right now, we've just seen gold take out the highs from this consolidation. So again and again and again and again, we're just seeing tons and tons of highs, just like all of this in here, right? Just tons and tons of retail sells, and then this finally clears everything. So gold right now, liquidating. At this moment, when you see the market liquidate highs, very important moment, because you want to confirm, is this going to be the moment where price stays above here? Cool. Okay, the market keeps trading above. This is clearly, there's demand here. There's bullish structure. All right, this is going to keep staying bullish, maybe even keeps going. Or on the other side, if the market clears the highs, but then can't really stay up here and immediately works its way back down, then that could be the first sign of a reversal. So we want to make sure we're on point there. Here, these are the deciding factors. These are the deciding moments for the market. So right now, if, for example, we start to work our way back into the zone, so you guys can start to see this now, right? You saw how the market pumped from here. Big move. 280 ticks. The market comes quickly right back down. Now we've been trading over here for 6 minutes or so, but these are kind of the first signs of what could be the beginning, what could be a shakeout setup. So if we kind of keep trading like this, we might have a trade, whether it's right here or even a little bit higher, for a sell. So it's not a bad idea. Right now we've been trading down here for just about 6 minutes, 5-6 minutes, a little bit. I would want more time over here, but I mean, these could play out. 5 minutes, very short, but it's not. I've seen these play out. I would trade this with less risk at this point. If we stay down here for longer, then I would be able to commit like my full risk on a trade. Meanwhile, you have also silver moving similar. Silver crashed down further, so you saw the market start to pump here with silver, so it takes out all these highs. So let's zoom out a little bit. Silver here clears some liquidity from London session, trades into the Tokyo session, pump right here, and then mitigates this little order block, starts to work its way down. So right now it looks like silver and gold are both pushing to the downside. The question is, which one of these might be better positioned for a sell? So right now, silver is kind of going back and forth out of this range. I would want silver sells over here, a little bit closer to this area. Whereas gold also going back and forth here, chopping up in this range. So it's gonna, I'm leaning a little bit more towards selling silver. Here's where it starts to pump, chops up a little bit, continuation, and then makes its move. Silver just looks like it's a bit more bearish than gold right now. So we'll see. I want to be ready for something like this if we do end up coming back up here in a few minutes. So I'm going to be on the lookout here. We're going to see what happens next. But gold and silver potentially looking for sells here. And if, let's say, we do get selling opportunities, you don't even have to take this trade too far to get a pretty good move. So let's say you took the trade here, like at that 618. You don't really have to target anything too crazy, just targeting the lows from London, from Asian session. You're not even going too far, and you can definitely pick up on over a 4R here. That's great. And then you have another push down here. Silver looks different. So this is the silver. This is the mini contract. So SIL is like the micro. It's where you're trading a lot smaller. And SI is the bigger contract, the mini contract. So right now, SI shows that like it could trade into this. Because you see this was a spike down before a continuation, trading into the Asian Open. So there is a chance the market might want to at least reverse out of here. So this is another area where you could have an exit. But I think just trading into here is more than enough on silver here. So let's see what we got for now. Okay, so we have some alerts for silver and for gold. We'll see which one makes the most sense. Let's go check in on indices. We got the drop we're starting to see the drop before the market even worked its way over to here. So it looks like this might be maybe NQ. So NQ mitigated. Okay. So look at that. NQ rejected the buy position. So clearly this is a good enough order block. Smart money move. The market then dumps. Interestingly enough, NASDAQ creates more liquidity now. More liquidity. Here you kind of have a small little push down right there. 730, a little move down, the rally. This move trades into just Asian session. So, I mean, just some interesting price action. Very quickly recovered. So look at NQ is like, nah, we're actually just still bullish. So this is, I'm getting better and better signs here that we can end up like NQ. I do think still can clear at least this high, if not all of this, to eventually become sweep liquidity, and that could set up Dow still. So I still think this is possible, but of course I am focused on, let's say Dow just drops and we don't get triggered in, then that's fine. Because I do still like possible buy scenarios here with Dow. S&P also spikes down. And then NQ, not so much. NQ does have a push down before it rallies, but it very much gets very close to the zone. So you have the same zone across the board. It's just a matter of how the market ends up working its way down there. So we'll see. So you have S&P right here. That last push down before everything reverses for the day. NQ, something similar. Last push down. Instead of this making a lower low, though, it does make a higher low. But there's definitely an order block right here. So, all right, we'll keep that in mind. In the meantime, right now, guys, we're unfortunately for us, and that those metal trades we wanted, they're dumping. Yeah, these are definitely starting to crash down again some more. So we're working our way even lower, which is not the worst case scenario. This is actually trading towards the previous levels of support, so that's okay. We just want to be able to here. Okay, so check this out. So now silver fully broke below these lows. Typically, I want to have the liquidity stay within this imbalance. So where smart money comes in, that's where I want the imbalance to refill, because that's where you have the break and retest. So silver kind of broke below. So I don't know if silver is going to be the sell anymore. Whereas gold is still here, pretty choppy, just maintaining this level. So things might switch around here. We might have gold that comes back for the sell moving forward now. So if it is gold, then I would like a short, probably like right above this. And then we got a stop right there above the highs. And then targeting London lows. All of this, like, I mean, this is basically liquidity here. You have equal lows right there. This is during Asian session imbalance. Here you have one last push down. So like trading down to these levels makes sense. So clearing this is where I would be looking for, and that's over a 5.3R. So we'll see. And then look at price action. Look at how this is flipped. Gold is now going up slowly, but silver is flying back up. All right, silver is starting to really, really push here. very quickly, while gold is chilling much slower. So now, if we can kind of stay down here for a bit, then definitely I like this significantly better. Okay. All right. Giveaway in 10 minutes, guys. Who's getting the funded today? Who's getting the funded account? Come on, y'all. All right. So we got that. Dow's chilling. And Q is pushing higher. Cool. So sells make more sense there. I deserve it, honestly. Let's go. That's what I want to see. All right. So. All right. Other guys, what setups do you have? Let me know. I want to give one of you clarity on something you might be looking for. You know, if you want some feedback on it, let me know. Okay. So just getting this comment picker ready. If you haven't left one, you still have some time. Okay, so look at how quickly, ooh, I don't know how I like this anymore. So when I'm looking to take a position, when the market liquidates highs and we see the break, the retest, so here's the market retesting this zone. How do you know, right, if it's going to be a break and retest and then just continue? Typically, in my experience, the retest isn't just a sharp bounce. The retest is more about enticing buyers here. So typically it stays here for longer. This is starting to just bounce and like rip to the upside. So not how I like this move. Typically it's like I want to see this kind of build up and lure in more buyers. So just a quick drop like this. I see this kind of trade actually fail and it breaks through. So not my preference by any means. If we work our way back and we kind of stay here for a bit and then get up here later, I'd like that. So honestly, if this took its time to get up here, it would be better. Because then it just shows us that, no, there's really not that much demand up here, that the market actually wants to, for the most part, keep trading lower, that there's more demand for lower price action. So we'll obviously see what happens. The fact that we came right back down again, that's better. Indices still going lower. How do you guys feel about this setup here? What do we think about this NQ buy here? Quick spike down and then the rally. The market has traded upwards a decent amount, like NQ is kind of struggling to go, like every time it tried going lower, it pretty much failed. A sweep of liquidity trading into here and rallying kind of makes sense. I mean, you have the higher high in the 5 minute, so the structure is bullish. This is our low. The market rebalances over here. I think if we have, let's say, if we have Dow take out these lows, so this would be taking out Tokyo low, trading into either this order block right here or to the resistance. So you have got a little guy right there. So it might reject in there, but especially this level of resistance right here, in the past, the structure is high, could bounce from here. So let's say if we're at a place where this is naturally could bounce off a structure and NQ is playing into this at the same time. We have like that synchronized price action. I'm open to the play. I'm open to it. Okay. Guess we'll just wait and see, folks. That's all we can do right now. All right, so we've looked at metals. We've looked at indices. We can look at oil. We can look at the majors here in a second, too. CL, possible short around 99.59. Not the cleanest, but there is a sweep. Okay, I like gold, but kind of questionable because silver hasn't taken Tokyo. True. I have this locked in waiting. I don't know what this means. If you sent a chart, so your charts, if you want to send charts, you can do them here. So let's go here. So charts, thread, share your markups here. Alright, so yeah, you can do that here, guys. Yeah, alright, so if you like that, you can send it there. I'll refresh and check it out. Okay. Alright, so let's go look at oil. Yeah, let's go check it out and see what's good here. Quick thing here with gold. 50% pullback already. Silver lagging behind tremendously. So I think that, again, things have flipped again. So now I'm backing out of gold, stepping away. Part of this is like you need to be able to adapt to what the market is showing you. So one thing I noticed in myself, years ago, and what I still notice with a lot of traders now, not you guys, of course, because you guys are awesome, but just, online. People get so caught up on an idea that they have. Like the first idea you get, and then it's like, that has to play out. That has to be the one. But don't let your pride be the reason that you're taking unnecessary losses. So if the context of the market changed, and like you're literally seeing new details that don't meet your standards, then just don't take the trade. Pretty simple. You don't need this trade. There's plenty. You need the best trade. That's what you need. The best trade. All right. Dow starting to break below. Okay, so Dow starting to sweep liquidity. Excellent. S&P hasn't quite broken any Tokyo lows yet. I think we could see that. And then meanwhile, NQ starting to get close. Okay. So I'm going to take a small risk. I'm not taking a full risk trade here or anything like that, but I am open to taking a small risk setup here with NQ and then seeing this go to these highs. So that is what I'm down for. We'll see if this is what happens, but yeah, going for something like this. Let's see. Okay, I guess this is what it's going to be. Cool. So half risk for me here. I see the liquidity capture. We started to trade over to here. I want to see, obviously, Dow clearing the lows. S&P could clear. I want S&P to clear these lows as well. Which looks like it's getting close. At least break this low. Okay. All right. See what we can get here. Why half risk? I mean, it's not like a signature setup. It sweeps a bit of the lows. We're not taking out any higher highs. There's divergence, which is actually the only reason I'm even taking this at all, is because of the divergence. So that's why I'm taking half risk here. There's like not, the 5 minute is bullish, so we are following higher time frame, which is good. But the lower time frame here, it doesn't sweep a ton of liquidity. It doesn't break above or anything again. It's not like a shakeout or anything like that. So that's why I'm kind of back and forth. Not back and forth. I'm just not as confident with this idea, which is why I don't need to risk what I typically would. So I'm okay with that. Now your limit at 921.75. Nice. Okay. So NQ, I just tagged it right there. This could be the mitigation. It just tapped. This is where it opened. Like, this is the start of it all. Maybe. Playing off these little order blocks. I have my entry below these. I think we could basically trade, honestly, anywhere below 94.931. I think we're good. Yeah. So, I mean, could I have my entry lower? For sure. But I think we can get triggered in here. No problem. Let's see. S&P about to take the low, so I could drop it just a little bit more. Because I want to see S&P. There, now S&P is taking the lows. So I could have maybe had a little bit lower entry, but that's okay. So I'm triggered in here across all of my accounts. Let's see if we're gonna be able to take this, and let's see if we get a good bounce. So S&P clearing lows. Now, ooh, okay, this is where things could get a little messy. We did clear this low, but if S&P is gonna tackle on Tokyo lows, then it might not make the move. But we are getting a decent bounce. Okay, so decent bounce so far. The drop that I have here was about 50 points on NQ. Let me just check the mini chart real quick. So NQ sell-off here was about 50 points. Yeah. And right now we're seeing it we're almost at those 50 points as well. So really good bounce, guys. Really good move so far. At this point, you know, looking at the way this is moving, things are moving well. So yeah, all right, cool. So this is mitigated, guys. At this point, either you reduce your stop loss so that you have very minimal exposure to a loss, or you just go break even. It's really up to you. As you build out data and you track what works better for you, then you go from here. But at least so far for me, this would be a very small loss. So I would prefer to just give this enough, whatever, call it, ability to rebalance and continue. So I would rather have that. So right now, if I lose, it would be like a 5-point loss. So it'd be super tiny, like a minus 0.1 R or something, or less, because we did a half R to start with. So it'd be even less. So right now it's giving the pullback, and this either holds up or it doesn't. And Dow, funny enough, is actually not dropping as aggressively. Dow could want to rebalance here and then make the move. So it looks like, let's see if this holds. Here, I'm on the 5-second chart, by the way. That's why these things look insane. 5 seconds. I feel like NQ is not going to make it, to be honest. I think it's going to break the low one more time here. Maybe the other ones might, but now NQ is a little bit more bearish than everything else. So I guess we'll see. The fact that Dow is doing this, though, this is kind of throwing me off a little bit. But maybe we work it out. So if I wanted to, if I really thought this was higher time frames, I think this is going to work, I could give myself a bit more just because I do see the possibility that Dow would sweep here and rally, but maybe we're going to get away with this one. So now, with the way that this is reacting, cool, I'm going to move my stop now to entry, to risk-free. So now I'm risk-free on the trade, and then let's see where this goes. Dow is definitely the bull right now between them. It's already broken this low that it did a couple minutes ago, or the high that it did a couple minutes ago. Maybe we get NQ to start rallying here a bit more soon, but for now, that's where we're at. We just about hit a 1R. Yeah, about a 1R right now. 1-to-1 risk reward. If you have a good win rate, it's good enough. If not, then you know it's like it's not enough for you. So you do want to make sure that your risk reward makes sense based off of what your win rate is and how effective that is. Okay. So right now I'm risk free, nothing on the line. We're running about 1.5R, and we'll see how much this thing wants to keep pushing. So really the first target would be, in my opinion, like the easiest target, which would be about a 2R, would be right around this imbalance over here. That's like the easiest target you can have. A higher probability target would be right around this area and this imbalance. So if you're like, you know what, I'm good with my 2R, then once you trade up into this last bullish move, then you got it. Then you should be able to lock a 2R in there. Otherwise, obviously, there's a lot of liquidity up here. The equal highs, remember, equal highs, equal lows, trend line where it's all building up, those are signs of liquidity. Liquidity is just basically where the masses, the traders that are the masses, the majority, how everyone thinks the same, that's where everyone has their stop losses. So liquidity is basically where would the majority put their stop losses. That's kind of how you can consider liquidity. So typically when people sell from highs, they put their stop loss at the previous high. And so this is where it would be very predictable for stop losses to be, which is why that could be where the market wants to drive price to liquidate these sellers. So that's a possibility. So Dow, a little bit of a pullback right now. S&P, NQ for sure. So this is since NQ has it's not moving as bullish as the rest of them. The pullbacks are worse on NQ. This is why I feel like there's a chance we might get tagged out before it goes. So if you want to give yourself the best chance of hitting the full take profit, and you're okay with possibly missing out on, where is my stop? On missing out on it, then like let's say you're okay with taking maybe a small loss for the sake of seeing it go through, then you could move it. Otherwise, you just got to live with it. But like, for example, if Dow is going to fill this imbalance and then run, it could tag NQ out first, like it just did for me right now. So I just got stopped out, break even here. This trade could still go, but I'm okay with that. Cool, we had a chance of making some money, but I wasn't going for all that. I wanted a bigger trade. So, because if it didn't get there, then I don't know, it just didn't make sense. But look, Dow is just holding structure pretty decent. So I feel like this is still going to run, but taking NQ again doesn't really make sense because it's the most bearish. You know what I mean? So here, moving forward, I would need a new setup to take a position. So yes, like for example, Dow clears out liquidity, and then it trades up to here. Okay, so right, we started to see the market push down over there, trades up really quickly, drops right down. There's a chance that Dow could bounce from here, and a buy from this zone. It's not my favorite because I would have wanted the market Dow to trade higher for longer to show that there's actual demand over here. So I'm not going to force anything here. just because we thought it was going to go higher doesn't mean that you need to take it. So yeah, break even trade for me right here. So we ended up just with the wash here. Market basically did, you know, we got up to here, but we ended up right here, right? Break even. So the trade would have been nice, almost a 2R, but nothing else to do there. So I'm chilling, not pursuing this any longer. Now the trades that I'm still waiting for here have to do with this zone. So if we keep going lower, then we could trade into this zone over here. Okay. So we got options. So let me go ahead and share this actually. And then I'm going to do the giveaway now. So guys, last time I mentioned this. If you haven't commented below, and share it if for someone that you think can get use of it. So here we have today's setups, March 10, 2026. Here is YM. So possible buys and sells. Be aware of divergence with correlated assets. Outside of this, right, we have, okay, yeah, that's basically it there. I'll keep adding to this here in a bit, but let me do this giveaway first. All right, Tradetopia trades, post. All right, where is this comment picker thing? All right, so here we go. We're gonna do one winner for this one. Include replies, unique authors. What does this mean? No duplicate user allows you to select a random winner from all unique authors who comment in the video. No, okay, that's good. We do that. Include replies, no. All right, pick a random YouTube comment. All right, guys, you ready? You're seeing it happen in real time, so you know there's no favoritism. All right, and here we go. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Let AI. Okay, that's like an ad or something. Harshi, brilliant video, bro. You've helped me bring out the best version of myself in the markets and across all realms of my life. Harshi. With the dub. All right, my guy. I got a code for you. So I'm gonna send it to you on school right after the stream, and then 50K account is yours, my friend. Yep. Guys, so yeah, make sure you're always like, basically every upload I'm gonna do a giveaway. So I would recommend that you drop a comment whenever. I have another one that's gonna drop probably tomorrow. That will drop tomorrow. I'm actually gonna commit to that. It will drop tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, and then I'll announce the winner to that one. We'll probably do it like Thursday or Friday. We'll announce the winner. So stay tuned. Fast track, you guys know how you can win your account as well. So y'all got to do what y'all got to do. And then, yeah, basically I have it so I want to feed everybody, you know. Y'all get one. For those of you in the fast track that are, you know, the 30-day trader transformation from basically new to getting experience extremely fast. You guys know that. For everyone that's here live, for, you know, that's just on here, if it's free, obviously, like, I want to make sure I give you guys an opportunity to keep improving and keep, you know, making gains in your life. And then, of course, the syndicate, you know, y'all are getting accounts as well. So, yeah, well, gotta keep feeding the fam. You know, gotta keep feeding the fam. Okay, so check it out. So remember what I mentioned with NQ, how I was like, you know what, it could break the low here because YM was more bullish. Well, I am holding it down a little bit. So not that I would take it again, but just interesting. Okay, so let's go review gold and silver again, kind of see where we're at with all of this. So look at this, right? It bounced up and then dropped again. So the break and retest on gold is very strong right now. Very strong. This is still, I wouldn't completely put this out of the question yet. Very, very interesting. I would definitely want to see silver take out like all of this liquidity that is building up here for possible sells. Or we're looking at gold for a possible opportunity as well. So very curious, very, very curious. Maybe in here, if not up here, it would be even better. But we'll have some alerts here. Keep my eye out on this. Now, I know a conversation about silver was talked about here. Give away too much? No such thing, man. There is no such thing as too much giveaways. Why make money if we can't give it away, you know? All right. Okay, so CL. I have this zone up here. So this was yesterday. Yesterday, remember, I think this pump is actually what got some of you guys funded or paid out, was this oil pump right there. And then this lost some steam, right? So came up to here, and then this actually ends up pushing the market way back down. All right, later, Steph. And then from here, we just kept going. And so bearish structure looks super solid out of this area. I think we can definitely get a good sell from here. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to it. But this liquidates the highs and then just works its way down. So I like sells out of here for oil. So let's add this here, oil. This looks like mitigation, sell, opportunity. All right. Gold, okay, looks like gold maybe is pumping now. Yes, it is. So gold picks up quite a bit of steam here, getting up to the 56.18% over here. Silver chilling. Silver's chilling. Ooh, okay. So I'm chilling right now. No sells on gold for me. It's ripping way too fast. Not yet. It's not ready yet. No, sir. You're in the gold pump. You took a buy here? Plus 2R. What did you see here? What did you see that I didn't see? Just trade off this order block? Slow drop before the rally? Or what are you seeing here? Okay, interesting. I don't see this as any sort of liquidity sweep, but hey, man, if you're seeing something here, cool. Good stuff. Good for you. Well done, Vaughn. 3-minute institutional. Yeah, I wouldn't consider it like that, but whatever works for you. Little drop. Trades into... Hey, whatever, man. You're up, you're up. I'm happy for you. Okay. So, higher time frame, oil, it looks solid. Now, the other thing that I think, Brandon, I think you were mentioning an idea. So oil, I mean, I see liquidity here. So I don't love oil sells before this. Looks like a lot of liquidity. I think, I mean, I understand if there's this little pump right there, but yeah, I'm good on any sort of sells before that. There's a lot of liquidity building up right now too for buys, so you got like tons of buys in here. So this actually kind of looks like, so we had a liquidity capture, the market comes back over to here, so kind of had an end of day shakeout, which is weird. So right at the end of the day you get this, and then the new day starts. I guess you could have gotten a position there or something. But yeah, no, I'm good on anything oil related for now. This is the only one that I like. Same as, oh, okay, cool. See, this is the one you're in? Sweet. I don't know why I thought you said something different. Maybe you said 99, not 89. I might have been tripping. 99.59, got it. Yes. So with this setup, what I would do is I would go half risk on a trade with a bigger stop, and then I would go half risk up here with a tighter stop, because there's a chance that it just plays out of this order block and then dumps. But if it doesn't and it wants to take out these highs and trade into the imbalance, I also want to take advantage of that. So if we take, let's say, an entry here and an entry up here, then we know we'd average out with an entry around like 101 and change, which I'm very much okay with. So that's what I would do. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Bitcoin, we're starting to see a little bit of a drop, obviously following indices. This is continuing to move along really nicely as we've spoken about. We've been on point with Bitcoin, man. It's been awesome. Since Sunday's level, it's been rallying. The market's been, rebalancing, continuing really, really well. Yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward. I don't really have another entry. You know what? Maybe there's this zone right here. We might get a little something like right here. We kind of sold off. I can't tell if we missed or not right there, but then you have another push down. So you got a zone like right there. And then we got another one like kind of right there. So they're pretty much really similar. So maybe using a wider stop if you like buys around here. But I can see that. All right, but yeah, Bitcoin. I think we're gonna keep cruising with crypto. Yeah. Metals are starting to work their way up. Obviously, the silver, the highs here it just struggled to maintain this, and then we did start to work our way down. Silver also struggled to maintain any of this. Silver also took out the liquidity, and then it's starting to run. So this might be turning into. I see the possibility for the market to sell because of the lack of demand up here, but it is against the momentum. So for example, when you're going bullish and the market sweeps liquidity, it's a lot easier because you can just keep trading with the trend. So if it sweeps it, you kind of have a little bit more wiggle room for like structure and everything. But when you're going against the trend, then sometimes, yes, it doesn't stay bullish. It tackles out, it sweeps liquidity, and then just keeps going higher. So I don't love really the sells anywhere anymore with metals because of the way that they didn't really maintain structure when they dropped. So even, for example, gold liquidates these buyers, trades into the zone, and then just immediately kind of turns right back around. So if anything, these buys might be a better trade later than the sells. So counter trend, structure's not great. I wouldn't find the need to just have to trade with currencies right now, or with metals right now. I think you can just let the market do its thing. With majors, so I talked yesterday about how I know some people were going to want to sell this, and I said to avoid this pound sell because structure wasn't great and it was bullish. Like everything else, like it was pushing further and further higher, while all the other majors were still like even more bearish anyway. So hopefully you guys avoided the pound sells, but if it fit your plan and you took it, then you got to listen to yourself. You got to build confidence in your own understandings. And then if eventually you're like, all right, maybe I should be a bit more coachable, then that makes sense too. But we have so far this setup here with the yen. So we have a couple of setups with the yen. This was a high that was swept right there. This is Wednesday. Takes the highs, works its way down. We get lower lows. We trade down here all of Sunday going into end of Monday. So I like structure here. I think it's enough for a short. So here are my yen ideas. I had that over here. We got the yen. So also known as 6J. You have two zones there, right? So two sell zones, mitigation plays. Got those there, pretty straightforward. We had CAD. So our CAD trades have been honestly pretty fire. So this is a sell that I was waiting for here. Didn't quite get there yet, but we're getting closer. So I would want to see this sell play out. Typically, this should be New York session, so maybe it triggers today. Maybe, if not, maybe tomorrow. But we're getting closer. Okay, so here is 6C, CAD futures. So if you're trading USD CAD, then it would be the opposite. So 6C. Okay. What else we got? Oh, you know what? Hold on. So something here interesting. So look at how with CAD we have this move. So like the sell, I know some of you caught this. It drops down. You get a nice push down into this level. So this clears out some of this liquidity. And then it runs from here. So this is not quite equal lows or anything. So I mean, I guess like you could see a rejection out of here. I would keep just the overall dollar like pairs in mind, because I do think we might be able to trade out of here. That's a possibility. And then you also had the spike down here before the rally that we don't quite get back to either. So we get close, but not close enough. So a couple of things to keep in mind. We'll see how the market eventually works its way down and if there's something worth taking here or not. These aren't pending, so I don't have these set up yet as limits. This I would have to respond to whatever the market's showing for CAD. But that's about it. I think everything else is pretty much... Yeah, I'm not looking for any other positions here. Australian looks like it's about to liquidate high, so maybe there's a shakeout that could happen, maybe not, right? So it could clear it, come back. So it's possible. We just don't know. So stay in tune for that. CAD, yen. That's really it there. Okay, gold doing its thing. Silver. So Yeah, I'm kind of bailing on metals for now. Didn't quite get what I wanted to see to take a trade. Oil, what I would say with oil, guys, I'm going to have an alert below some of this liquidity here. So if we clear this, because I wouldn't be surprised if we do a good old, you know, you might get one of these, a sweep, shakeout kind of situation. So stay on the lookout for sure. That's possible. I'll have alerts set in case we start clearing stuff. So I'll keep an eye on this a little bit later and see where we go from here. Let me do a quick run on stocks. I know Nance talked about this, but she talked about HIMS, and HIMS had a crazy day yesterday. It was like up like 40 or 50% yesterday. I think it's up another 8% today. So did anyone pick this up? Nance talked about this. Yeah, 55% as of right now. After she talked about this last month, so I don't know if anyone made a decision on this, but yeah, super solid play there. So Lucid up 4%, Nintendo up 6%, Celsius up 4%, Intel up 2%, Dollar General, dude, this one is nuts. The most unexpected one is up like 150%. All right, losers on the day would be, let's see here, Waste Management, which I don't own any of this. Spotify hitting 530, so hopefully you guys, some of you were able to get in here. If you did take some of our entries in this imbalance, then you are sitting at around 20-something%. PayPal here, sitting around in the mid-40s. Solar, volatile today. SEDG, 8%. Coinbase, dude, moving so nice. Yeah. I love it. Duolingo, still sitting around the 90s. Let's see here. Lyft did tap into my entry around here. Into the zone. I wanted a little bit of a lower, so I am gonna wait on the Lyft here to see if we can get down here. Airbnb is up here from entries about 13%. Had seen a little more. Strategy here, MicroStrategy, also known as Strategy, is obviously starting to pump. Bitcoin goes up, so does this thing, basically. And then, let's see. CLFD, I don't know if any of you guys got into this with me, but it's up a little bit. Anyways, right now, if I were to take anything today, maybe just Lululemon. Oh, our Apple entries were fire. I might 50% on Apple. Sick. Let's see. Do I want to take profit on this? No, I don't. I think everything's about to start ripping again. Sony's not a bad entry. I'd have to look at their numbers, but Sony's at a pretty good level. But could it go lower? Let's see. Earning reports are pretty far. It's pretty efficient. Honestly, not bad. Sony, 40%. This isn't too volatile. SMA. Wait. This is self-storage. This is an REIT. REITs are basically, it's like getting into real estate without owning real estate. These are not volatile whatsoever. This basically stays the same. It's very, very small. 1.9 billion market cap. So like this has the potential to completely just like pump, like, because it's so tiny. But I don't know enough about REITs to give any actual suggestions. It's just something I was monitoring. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd have to give it a bit more time to see like if I wanted to pick anything up. Today specifically, Weeble is at a good price. But let's see. But yeah, let's check in with indices real quick before I wrap up, and then we'll be done. Oh, thanks for the heads up, man. So, oh, this thing survived, didn't it? Son of a bitch. It did hold up. That like low key, not shakeout, but almost shakeout setup would have worked out. Damn. That is unfortunate. It switched price action. The audacity. The audacity. All right, so yeah, I mean, we're seeing NQ trading and S&P trading really bullish. Dow is about to get to a mitigation zone. NQ is already back where it mitigated before. So do I want to take Dow still? The fact that NQ already mitigated, I think NQ is going to start picking up steam right now while Dow sits here. So if that's the case, if NQ all of a sudden just keeps going and Dow is slower, then I would be okay with it. It's a half risk trade anyways for me, so honestly, I'm okay with it, yeah. Because look, even right now, like we're starting to go bearish, and then let's see, it might even mitigate off the open. But deleting this is not a bad idea. So if anyone wants to delete it, totally understand. I still might. I kind of just want to see what price action looks like right now going into the zone. But yeah, I mean, and so you guys saw like when NQ started to reverse and started to go up, I was telling you guys like, okay, now Dow has a better, it's more bullish. So NQ might just get, you know, it might suffer, it might get waked out and then run, which is exactly what happened. And then when Dow came down to here, at this point was where I was like, well, this kind of, you know, takes out the lows, comes back in, and then works its way back down. Had we traded up here a little bit longer, I would have felt a lot more conviction on this setup. I don't know if seeing it just maintain these levels would have been enough for me. Probably not, to be honest. I think I would have wanted to see NQ take out the low maybe. Yeah, I think I would have wanted to see this clear, which, whatever, like, I mean, it is what it is. There's a million trades that we'll take, so I'm not tripping on it too much. Yeah, good stuff. Anyone that ended up taking Dow at the low, those are birthday points for you right there. Nice, hell yeah. So yeah, guys. With that being said, appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Super excited that some of you caught some trades on this session. I've been sidelined this whole time. Well, no, we took NQ. You know, you guys had a chance of making some money if it met your profit conditions. Didn't meet mine, so I ended up break even. So far, we got this idea potentially here. We'll see what's happening. Yeah, we'll see what we do here. I might just delete this though. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this order, and then if price action looks enticing enough for me, then cool, I'll just market execute. But it looks like we're just leading. I don't know. I want to see at least Nasdaq take out some this high at least, or something, because we still are, like, Dow is still more bearish currently. So, like, for example, right now this is at a 786 pullback, and NQ is at a deeper retracement from the same high right here. It's above at 886, so like it's still valid. And honestly, like, this is really, the YM is really the chart we want to look at, right? So this is sitting here right at 786. So we'll see. Clear its mirrored high. I don't know what that means, but anyways, much love, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Document, recap, recall what you traded, what you didn't trade, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If you had some sort of emotions, or why are those here? What's happening? And yeah, I mean, guys, I love that you guys are plugging in, because you're learning about at least trade management from my point of view. You're learning about how to manage your emotions, how to keep your cool, right? You're able to be prepared for potential ideas, let go of ideas. So yeah, just love to see everyone here getting better. Obviously, like, the results are only increasing. We've gotten a new funded trader every single day for the last 2 weeks, and some payouts in between there as well. So it's amazing to see it all happen, and the syndicate squad is going absolutely crazy. So it's so cool. But guys, if you are right now questioning whether you should, you know, join our high performance trading group, just have a conversation. Have the conversation to see if it's the right fit. That's really it. From there, you can decide. This is really up to you. But with that being said, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Talk to y'all later.
On the window of this black house, lights are shining, lungs open wide. I start dreaming tonight.